your helmet, put on your G-suit, and strap in tight. The U.S. Air Force Thunderbirds are about to take you on the ride of your life.
Powering up.
On Amazing America. Welcome to Amazing America. I'm Wayne Cotter, and I'm here at Nellis Air Force Base, home of the Air Force Thunderbirds. You know, the dream of flight probably dates back to the first time a caveman looked up in the sky and saw a bird circling overhead. Sadly, that dream was slightly tarnished the second time the caveman looked up and the bird unleashed the world's first air-to-ground assault. Anyway, it took thousands of years, but eventually that dream of flight became a reality. Although I don't think the caveman or the Wright brothers or any of the other pioneers of aviation could have possibly imagined the ride that you are about to go on.
When I was a kid, I got a chance to see the Thunderbirds, and to me that instilled a sense of direction. To me, I wanted to go out and do what those men were doing, you know, to be able to fly, the thrill, the excitement. I wanted to be a part of that when I was a young kid.
I watched the show and was just absolutely dumbfounded and impressed and said, what a great thing that must be. And here I am 30 years later having the opportunity to do that.
Everybody on the team is hand-picked, and for the demo pilots, you have to have at least 1,000 hours of jet fighter time, so a fairly experienced pilot to begin with.
The selection process itself is kind of an involved thing. All Thunderbirds are volunteers, but all Thunderbirds have to meet certain criteria.
If they meet the minimum requirements, we ask them to send us a resume. We take a look at that resume, and then we invite them out. October. I remember going through that process. It was very nerve-wracking because I just wanted more than anything else to be a Thunderbird.
For last year's application, there were 52 applicants for 2 positions, and they took 9 guys to a semi-finalist group to come out and interview with the team. And when you get with that group of 9 folks, you feel like, wow, this is a really neat group of folks.
The home of the Thunderbirds is Nellis Air Force Base, located about 10 miles outside Las Vegas, Nevada. Although Nellis is the team's home away from home, they actually do their flight training in a very remote desert called Indian Springs, where they learn to fly as close as 18 inches apart.
We are out in the middle of nowhere. This is called Indian Springs, which is an auxiliary field from Nellis Air Force Base.
While the guys are exhausting themselves in the air, their main goal is to impress their small but very critical audience on the ground.
We practice, we try to schedule at least 4 practices/demonstrations each week.
The training season starts off not too bad because there's the old pilots that need to fly with the new guys, and they're usually in the 2-seat training F-16 Thunderbird jets that we have. And then you start flying more and more, and after the first of the year, we're flying twice a day. And the level of proficiency goes up. We move our formation in closer and tighter together, especially the diamond pilots.
At first, it's very nerve-wracking getting in there that close, really uncomfortable. But the more you fly with the boss and the more you get used to each other, it's just sort of a natural transition to go ahead and start sliding in there.
Well, the people on the ground here are the same people that you would see at a show. There's a safety observer, which is myself, making sure the airspace is clear. Fast roll rate, the last one inside the line. We try to be very, very hard on ourselves so that we do get better. And for example, when the diamond is together, you have a guy on the left and a guy on the right. I'm making sure that spacing is exactly right between them, making sure no one is forward or farther back than the other person. I critique everything that they do, which we use in a debrief to make sure that the show keeps getting better and better. We have someone writing down the comments. We have someone doing all the timing. Lateral movement by law.
Every time they're in the air, we're out there videotaping, whether it's real hot, real cold, or partly raining, and we're there videotaping it.
Every single demonstration is graded. We assign a numerical score to each maneuver, and a lot of variants go in there, just the centers and any type of, I guess, lack of perfection.
The team holds a debrief after each and every flight, which is where they review their maneuvers in painstaking detail, looking for the tiniest imperfections. No one is more critical of their performance than the pilots themselves.
There's no rank in the debrief, nobody holds any punches, and there's no egos in the debrief.
If somebody made a slight error or something, we try and find out what caused that error so that we don't do that again.
The distance between me off of Fiebig and him off the boss is too far.
We'll look at every single maneuver and make sure we're in the right position and it looks right all the time. So we'll spend about an hour to 2 hours, however long it takes, to go over every single maneuver.
Stinger rolls one real well. I know. I just got to fly more like you.
Yeah, wouldn't that be something?
Good work.
You know, I have very high standards also, just like the Thunderbirds. After every episode of Amazing America, I spend a couple hours going over the tape, checking all the maneuvers, making sure I've come as close as possible to perfection. We'll be back with more of the Thunderbirds after this. To keep from blacking out during those high G maneuvers, the Thunderbird pilots wear a G suit like this one. It puts pressure on your legs and on your abdomen, and it keeps the blood from draining out of your brain. It's also great for watching C-SPAN.
The team flies the Lockheed F-16C Fighting Falcon, what you see here in front of us. Big difference between this aircraft, what we fly, and what you saw during Desert Storm is, first of all, the paint job. Our aircraft were painted American red, white, and blue. Underneath, you'll see the Thunderbird emblem, and on the tail, you also see the Thunderbird patch. It's a single seat, single engine, multi-role fighter. As you can see, the pilot sits more out over the intake. We have quite a huge intake because this jet has a lot of engine in here. This is powered by a Pratt & Whitney 220 engine, which gives about 25,000 pounds of thrust, which is more thrust than the way of the aircraft, which allows us to accelerate straight up. Well, as you can see in the cockpit here, it's a very, very small cockpit. It's a relatively small aircraft for fighter standards. But what you'll see in the cockpit, this is basically how we fly. One hand on the throttle, one hand on the stick. And with the throttle here, you can see all the switches on the throttle. I can move everything I need to without taking my hands off the stick and throttles, which is really nice. Coming around here, again, with advanced aircraft, you're going to find a heads-up display. And basically what this is, it's a combining glass that will project an image out in front of me. So as I look through this, I can read a lot of data about all the stuff I need to know. And that's what my altitude is, my airspeed, my heading, and also a lot of weapons data that I can get just from looking here, which means I don't have to look down into the cockpit and then something happens in front of me that I can't see. The rest of the design of this aircraft is one of the most advanced in the world. And what you'll see through the design of the aircraft and with the flight control system, it allows us to be the most maneuverable aircraft in the world.
The Thunderbirds are comprised of three elements: the Diamond, jets 1 through 4, the Solos, jets 5 and 6, and when all 6 come together, they form the Delta formation. Traditionally, the Diamond and Solos participate in a little friendly competition.
We're trying to demonstrate two different things. One is with the Diamond, where we're demonstrating pilot proficiency, flying close together, working as a team. The Solos are trying to demonstrate the max performance capabilities of the F-16. The Diamond pilots obviously have a much tougher job because they're working on the skill element.
It's a very neat, it's almost like a fraternity argument back and forth between the Diamond and the Solos. There's nothing more than friendly jibing, but I think all the Diamond guys would like to be solo pilots, but they just couldn't get there. You know, they were stuck in the Diamond.
It's obviously the Diamond guys are picked because they're a lot better than the Solo guys. The Solos, I'm not sure where we get them.
There's no doubt in my mind. You know, the Diamond boys, it's a piece of cake job, those guys. Ask them, they'll tell you.
When we come together, that's what it's all about, teamwork.
Everybody has a key role in getting this air demonstration off the ground, and they all take pride in doing that. It's the strongest team concept that you'll ever see, and I'm proud to be a part of it.
And it's not the 6 jets you see up there. We have 140 men and women serving in 30 career fields that are required, working as one, to get this show done. We have one of the best maintenance crews you can imagine. We have total trust in what they do, And our life is on the line every day depending on their job, and they do a great job every single day.
We have a hard time getting them out of here to go home. We let them work 12 hours. We try to push them out the door to go home, and they'll be in on the weekends and their days off, scrubbing the airplane down, waxing it, and taking care of it.
It's just amazing how everybody works together, and everybody gets along considering how many long hours you spend together. It's really great.
We've never canceled an air show due to maintenance problems. Never in the 43, 44-year history of the team. And we'll never, ever do that. That's just the core people that we get in here. When they get here, they're all dedicated, motivated people, giving 110%.
Once the maintenance crew is confident the jets are all good to go, it's time to hit the road and show just what the Thunderbirds can do.
We're off to the Phoenix 500 air races, and we'll see you there.
We'll jet back with more Thunderbirds after this. You know, each week the Thunderbirds are somewhere new performing for crowds of thousands. Of course, I'm used to that same kind of pressure myself.
Welcome to the Phoenix 500 Thunderbirds!
Hi, Mom, Dad.
Every time the team travels, they make it a point to get out in the community for a public relations activity, or as the pilots call it, a PR.
Nice that we can put on the demonstrations, and for the folks that come out to see that, we really enjoy that part of the job. But just as important or more important is the PRs at the schools and hospitals.
When we go to school visits, and even when we go to hospitals, we get a chance to hopefully give them a little bit of motivation, a little bit of direction.
We try to get out and put our best foot forward, try to show people what we have to offer out there. We show some videos and try to actually touch the kids' hearts and hopefully inspire them to do some things that are bigger than life.
Okay. Once Tony Seeley finishes his school visit, it's time to get ready for the show.
3, 2, 1.
Hours before they perform, the Thunderbirds attend their traditional brief. The team analyzes each flight, going over every aspect of the demonstration. In their pursuit of excellence and safety, the team mentally flies the show before ever hitting the tarmac. Just as he does during the flight, the boss also leads the brief.
Phoenix 500 air races.
When we brief for shows and for even for practice, the brief is always the same. It's a very detailed brief. We go over each maneuver. Everybody talks about what they're doing in the maneuver.
We'll take off for high show.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 11.
Be a diamond takeoff, left turn.
Go on, take off till 828.
So there are details that we cover in very discriminating detail to try and make sure that we give the best presentation to the folks that have come out to watch us.
As the pilots finish briefing, the maintainers are out on the flight line performing what's called a hot pre-flight. This is where they cover all last-minute inspections of the aircraft.
Basically, in the mornings before they fly a show, the show line crew chiefs come out in the morning, and they have their own little show routine. All the crew chiefs will climb in the airplanes at the exact same time. They crank up the airplanes, make sure all the systems are working. That way when the pilots come out, they're ready to go.
This is the only unit in the Air Force where the pilot just walks out, salutes, and hops in the plane, straps it on, and goes flying. So we really put a lot of trust in those folks.
Trust and teamwork. These two words are what the squadron is all about. And it all comes together during a Thunderbird air show. Months of preparation, years of training, and a lifetime of dreaming are condensed into a half-hour display of focused, concentrated flying.
Boss, apparently I'm okay. They've all saluted and run away. Thunderbirds, check. 3, 4, 5, 6. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Your Thunderbirds are thrilled to be here in the Phoenix area, where the Thunderbird tradition began.
The show begins with the Thunderbird's trademark diamond takeoff. Separated by only a few feet, the 4 F-16s take to the air.
Forces, left turn.
Next, the opposing solo number 6 will execute a roll on takeoff.
5 on a roll.
Followed by the lead solo number 5, who will pull his jet straight up into the vertical. The Diamond will demonstrate precision formation aerobatics by flying various rolling and looping maneuvers. As in the brief, the one who leads the team is the boss.
My first job is to lead the team in the air demonstrations, and that's to be as precise and accurate and safe as I can be to provide a platform for the 3 wingmen and ultimately the 5 wingmen when we get the Delta together.
From the time the boss releases brakes for the Diamond takeoff, I'm pretty much focused on his airplane, and there's specific references that I look at, but there's very few times that I look away when I'm in formation, look at the ground or look at something other than his airplane.
The right wing is very similar to the left wing, except that they're always rolling away from me on all the aerobatic maneuvers. So is Scott on the left wing over there. He's always pushing when he gets rolled into. With me, I'm pulling, try to stay ahead of it as boss goes into the maneuver. You're always looking to the left. You've got your little reference, which is the tip of a missile rail, and we put that on a point on the back of the canopy, and that's what we call home. You're just looking up that thing, and that's where you stay the entire time.
During the whole show, I'm basically looking straight up, and to get a view of what I'm seeing, the boss's exhaust basically sits right up here, and it goes straight up from the combining glass here and sits right up, and it's about, again, 18 inches to 3 feet up, depending on the maneuver we're doing. So, again, having that much metal over the top of your head, it gets uncomfortable at first, but again, you're in control of everything. Back out if you need to, but having that view is really nice.
Most of the Diamond maneuvers are flown at 4 Gs, or 4 times the force of gravity, which means as they roll and loop their jets just inches away from each other, a 175-pound pilot feels like he weighs 700 pounds. Pushing their F-16s to the limit, the solos, jets 5 and 6, routinely pull 9 Gs. Performing maneuvers like the max turn half Cuban, Thunderbird number 5, Russ Quinn, gets a real workout.
Feels like going over the top on a roller coaster. You know how your tummy kind of comes up like that? That's what it feels like, except I'm doing it for an inordinate amount of time. Really, the job of the solos in general is to demonstrate the capabilities of the F-16. We try to take the F-16 to its limit, airspeed-wise, G-loading-wise, a lot of rough, really hard flying.
My job as the opposing solo is to make the obstacle hits work for the solo pilots in general. It's really a dynamic but very fun job. We do get to fly the heck out of the airplane.
No one in my family really has a problem with what I do except for my mom, and there are a few things that she just really can't watch. That crossover brake, for example, is one of them. It just makes her too nervous. As you can see here, this is my airplane number 5. You can see it's upside down. The reason is because the lead solo spends kind of an inordinate amount of time upside down during the show. One of the maneuvers that we do is called a Calypso Pass, and during that maneuver, the lead solo is upside down and the opposing solo joins up, basically right underneath them, to make a Calypso look. Looks like our tails are matching. So that by the time we get to the point where the Calypso maneuver is complete, the number 5 that is upside down, as you can see, is really right side up.
After the solos are done yanking and banking, they join up with the Diamond to form the Delta formation.
When we join up with the Diamond and start flying formation, having just flown around and tried to max perform the airplane, that transition is very tough because the Diamond has been flying in formation all training season and for the entire show, and then we need to get in there and not look like a sore thumb.
When I am 18 inches away from number 2, Major Scott Cerilli, I'm always expecting him to do the right thing, the smooth thing, the thing that he is trained to do. And of course the boss, the leader, we're all flying off of him. And so we trust him implicitly.
After a half hour of flying, the team prepares for its trademark closing maneuver, the high bomb burst.
Stand by the brake. That's brake ready now.
In the bomb burst maneuver, as the Diamond goes up, we'll split in 4 different directions. So I'll actually do a 180, and I'll go away from the flight. 2 and 3 will go their opposite sides, and 1 keeps going over in a loop position. And what we'll do is we'll all go out with the smoke on.
On top, 10-6-250.
As the Diamond Jets go off to their respective positions, the lead solo number 5 races up from behind, rockets through their smoke, and punches a hole in the sky, creating a pigtail effect in the air. Once the lead solo is clear, the Diamond pilots begin their descent back to Earth.
What we'll do is on the outbound leg, the boss will call
4, 3, 2, 1, hack.
And then in your head, you go 4, 3, 2, 1, hack, so that you're inverted on the second hack. Then you start pulling. 4, 3, 2, 1, hack. 45 degrees nose low.
8,000.
4, 3, 2, 1, hack. 90 degrees nose low. And now you just drive straight down till pull altitude. And once we hit that altitude, then we'll all start pulling together at the same time.
Altitude. Altitude.
Then all 4 jets head right toward each other for the cross, exceeding speeds of 500 miles per hour. Once they mark each other visually, they acknowledge it right away.
6,000. Altitude. This is great. Got you one. Turn it up.
Ready? 6, you in? Ready, boss. All right, echelon right. Echelon right. Right, let's do it.
When I first joined the Thunderbirds, I thought the flying would be the best part of this job, and the flying is very fun, but the opportunity to meet America really is what I enjoy most.
The best part would probably be the sparkle in the kids' eyes on the autograph line, just to see the excitement and the glow in their faces. Little kids waving an American flag, you know, and just can't wait to get your autograph. It really is enlightening to see that.
I'm a kid from Alabama, and I get a chance to go all over the country and now all over the world this year, show the people in the world what our profession is. Because every one of us were kids, normal kids growing up, and we all had a dream of flying airplanes and have the opportunity to do this now. So you never have to stop dreaming. You should always keep those dreams, because your dreams may just come true.
I think when I look back, a few years down the road, that it'll probably seem like a blur that it went by as quick as it did, but that the opportunity that I had to represent other fighter pilots like myself in the Air Force, the people, the teamwork, it's just a great experience.
We'll be back with more Amazing America. Don't go away. In Native American legend, the Thunderbird ruled the sky, commanding the elements with great flashes of lightning and roars of thunder. The Air Force Thunderbirds command their environment with all the skill and finesse of their legendary namesake. Check them out the next time they're in your town. Thanks for watching Amazing America, and keep your eyes on the sky.
Coming up next, gripped in the icy clutches of the frozen tundra, a 2,500-year-old woman reveals new insights into the ways of nomadic tribes. Enter the frozen tombs of Siberia on Real History next.